everybody.
Hello, and welcome to How May We Service You, the podcast all about service industry and all of our crazy stories. My name is Texas De La Rosa. Today we've got the lovely
Gina Ray. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Gina. And we got these two lovely gentlemen. We got Mr.
Josh.
That's you.
Joshy Pants.
Joshy
That's me.
Is Pants your last name for real?
No, it's Hart.
I think it's Hart.
Yeah.
Hard. Like hard?
Heart.
With a T.
Like the deer.
With a D. Okay. Ooh,
With a T.
With a T.
H-A-R-T.
Oh, okay. Are our mics a little louder?
Yeah.
Mine's
I-
loud.
I
I
hear
think this
some
is
feedback
Roxy's
coming.
mic from
You might need
yesterday.
to pull it down just a little bit. Jesus Christ. We'll talk about that story here in a minute. Oh, my goodness. And who else? We have this lovely gentleman in purple.
Edgar Gerbolini.
Edgar Gerbolini.
Gerbolini.
I still can't say your last name.
No.
No, it's really easy. It's like a small gerbil. Gerbolini.
Okay.
Gerbolini.
As long as I've known you, I just always look. I'm like Edgar G.
Edgar
I
G
never-
works
Do you
too.
know-
That's how my dad's called. It's, Gunny G, Mr. G.
Okay.
Did you
She
ever,
works.
so kids are assholes. Did you ever get teased and called like gerbil?
okay, so
Like, 'cause I think
my parents divorced when I was young, and then my grandparents raised me. So I cried. I was really depressed, and my grandmother was like, "Eat." So I was a fat
Yeah.
little kid growing up, and the kids called me Gerboloni.
Gerboloni.
Yeah, that was their.
That's a
that
good
was-
one.
a good one. That's a good one.
No,
I was
but
I was thinking like gerbil because like maybe you're smaller or something because when you're a little
No.
kid they call you or what was that guy that actor that had supposedly had a gerbil in his ass?
Oh.
Richard Gere.
Richard Gere. We don't know if that happened or not, y'all.
thankfully that's a moment I
but
have
it could
never
have-
witnessed
Yeah.
or dealt
But
with.
it could have
so.
been. I just thought, did they
Look
go
that
there?
up, by the way.
Google
if
it.
you've never heard
No.
of it, it's very
Yeah.
interesting. No, the kids, like, my family, you have to come to our dinner table ready. Like, if you
Yeah.
have your ass on your shoulders or you got an issue, like, oh, you in a bad mood today? Like, and it's on.
Oh,
and so,
yeah.
like, everything you
It's
could
throw
think
down.
of, like, my full name is Legina. And so, like, Legina, vagina, like, all that stuff. So kids would try to come at me with that at school, and I'd be like, you're late, dude. Like,
Yeah,
my
basically.
Yeah,
family,
that's how you have to
my
deal with
family
it.
already beat me
Yeah,
down
you're
with
like,
that
"Mom
one."
already fucked me up, y'all.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
like,
even-
it's
don't
cool,
even
you're
try."
good. I'm like, yeah, sorry, spell it, bitch.
There you go. Oh, they couldn't spell it anyways.
No, they
Legina.
couldn't.
that
They
was-
still
I
can't.
still
No.
can't spell your name.
That's
And I've
fine.
known you
Well,
forever.
and it's funny because Edgar's my nickname. My full name is Edgardo.
Edgar.
Oh, did you hear that? Do it again.
Edgardo.
Edgar-
My full name is.
Can anyone else?
Yeah.
I know
Ruffles
you
have
can hear me in the
ridges.
mic.
Ruffles have ridges.
Yeah, my full name is Edgardo Alberto Gerbolini Gonzalez.
Edgardo
That just made me want.
Alberto
That just made me want enchiladas. It really did.
With
I just-
lots of cheese.
I suddenly want to go to Matt's El Rancho. I know that sounds very white, but I do. Anyways, Matt's El Rancho is a restaurant in
That
Austin,
sounds like
Texas.
the
Matt's El
newscasters.
Rancho.
Yes, it sounds like
Oh
the
my God.
newscasters, like, hello, my name is Consuelo, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. And then they're like, and today in the news, and I'm like, yeah,
Oh my
bitch,
gosh.
bilingual, bitch. You better get it, bitch. You better say your name right.
But on that note, do you ever get pissed off? And this happened to me when I used to be a waiter. When I worked in a Mexican restaurant. When people would be like, I need a Diet Coke, and I'll have, let's see, we're gonna have the starters with the quesadillas, and then we'll have some queso. And I was like, where did this Diet Coke and I'll have a Fresca, and then all of a sudden it was queso. I'm like, oh my God, what did you have, a Tourette syndrome situation? Are you only Mexican Tourette's? I don't know. What is
Yeah,
is
You
that a
have to
thing?
put all the emotion.
It was
because
it was very
The
German or
consonants.
something. It was
But
very.
it's very much like people that know they can read a little bit of Spanish and they want to show off.
They
learned
Like
it
me,
from
I'm like,
Looney
yeah, I could
Tunes.
say
Yeah.
carne guisada, but I'm like, can I have that right there? Like, I'm not trying to do extra.
They're like, I watched J Lo
You
in
know
that
what
one movie.
I want.
I watched enough.
Yes.
J Lo.
Yes.
But I have friends that call me out because then I sound really white with some of the stuff I say. They're like, you know Spanish? I'm like, carne guisada.
Carne
I'm like,
guisada. I always, it's funny because I always used to tell people, like, when anyone would talk to me in Spanish or anything, I'd be like, no, I'm not hungry, thanks. To anything. Like if they would say, like, quítate de medio, or move out of the way, or, pásame on something, I'd be like, oh, I'm not hungry, thanks. And they would just be like, bitch, you know I didn't say that. I'm like, I know, but I'm just going to fuck with you.
Yeah, assumptions are terrible. Just because I speak proper does not mean I speak white. All the education in my family, like my mother we speak proper.
Yeah.
I traveled a lot, and so.
And we'll
you
talk
know.
about assumptions too later. We got some Texas tea that's kind of could be a little twisty. So,
And a couple
anyways,
spoiler
a couple of
alerts. Yeah, we
spoilers.
gotta
we
do
do have a
something.
spoiler, but before we do that, can we take a shot?
Yeah,
Because
let's do
I
it.
kind of want to drink my drink. Drink my drink.
Let's turn up.
All right, let's get turned.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And
What do you-
because
what do
we
you-
have no sponsor,
still no sponsors.
fill in the blank right here.
We'll take whatever. Ooh, you know what? That was delicious.
I almost choked. Like it went down the wrong tube.
It was a lot. There's two. Is there two tubes?
I don't know, but people say that.
The round tube. Is there too many tubes?
I think it's the larynx and the pharynx.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about where Josh is from
I
in his
saw that
education.
Dr. Seuss. That was a Dr. Seuss.
Just,
He liked the trees.
just making up shit now.
The Lorax.
All right, so what are we doing today?
The Lorax.
What's going
Girl,
on?
well, I want to get to know these fools. So Josh has already been on the show a couple of times. So let's go ahead and skip on over to Mr. Purpell, Mr. Gerbolini.
Gerbolini.
So Edgar, where are you from? What's going on? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
We're from originally from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
I know, because I normally do. I'm from Puerto Rico.
You sound like a Valley girl that's lived in Texas for
My
20
mom
minutes.
lives in McAllen, so you know, it's not far off.
It is the Valley.
So,
It is
I
the
know,
Valley.
it's like El Valle. No, I'm originally from Puerto Rico, but I moved into Austin when I was in high school, started high school here. So I've been here, 25, 30 years maybe.
Yeah.
So Austin's been home, and I've been a bartender 10 plus years or something
Yeah.
like that.
Like
'Cause
12 plus
yeah.
years.
How have you done all those years here at Oil Cans?
No, I have worked at Oil Cans. I've worked at 2 lesbian bars. So, and I worked at one other gay bar that's since defunct called The Cockpit.
I remember the cockpit. I remember the
cockpit.
cockpit. Oh,
Yes.
it was
Because we love our funny names.
did it have a yellow awning?
Yes, it did.
It did. I remember that.
did
So
have a
that was
yellow
when
awning.
Boys Cellar got shut down, right?
Uh-huh.
And then Cockpit came up.
Yeah,
So
the
Boys
Cockpit
Cellar
appeared.
was a dirty little dive bar that was located in between Rain and Oil Cans. But I think Rain was Rain open when Boys? I forget.
So,
Was it open?
Well, Ludwig's was right before
Ludwig's,
Rain.
that's right.
So Ludwig's was open, I know.
Okay,
way back.
so that was a straight bar, yeah. And they had the
Yeah, it
they had
was.
the antique place in the front. I
did.
remember that now.
It did.
So Boys Cellar is where you would go to do drugs, suck dick, watch, fun shows.
It was
wet
really
underwear
dark and had
contests.
some really interesting bathrooms.
They had the bathrooms were
It was very seedy.
Yeah.
there was a
like-
bathroom in the front area, and that was like
Yes.
where you went to use the restroom.
And then there was the other one.
the one in the back around the corner.
Yeah.
that's
they
where
had
you
to go down the ramp.
Yeah, you went down a ramp
You
and
went
then-
underground.
Sometimes I would go there and I'd be like, "Am I outside?" Because it was so just run down back there.
Yeah.
It was like I'm gonna
It
pee in a
was.
trough, but it was like a
Well,
bucket.
It was really funny because there was like pipes running all throughout
Yeah,
the bar.
it was-
so shit was dripping. It was
Yeah,
always
you
wet.
just felt like you were outside. It felt like you
It was
walked for a
very
minute
moist
and you were just in.
wherever you went.
Oh, that word moist. It just made me want to air out my dussy.
Qua was moist too, though. Like
moist. honey.
Qua always smelled like the dead sharks. And
Oh
it was
yeah. Well, they
wet.
caught them in the fucking.
Yeah, they
caught them in the Gulf.
The ASPCA.
Yeah, they shut that.
Is that what it
That
is?
place got shut down.
Yeah,
but it wasn't
shut
because of
down.
that. The sharks. It was
No,
because
other stuff.
death and murder and drugs.
Financial malfeasance.
Oh, wow.
Allegedly.
They allegedly funded things that were.
And fun fact about
Illegal.
Edgar, he is one of the only managers of an all-female staff here at Oil Cans for a little while. So
Oh.
he was actually one of my managers when I first started bartending.
was.
I'm getting nervous. Hold on one second. Let me
Yeah,
turn
the
these volumes
feedback
down.
is like a
I'm getting a
little
little
bit
bit
too high.
nervous. Hold on one second, guys.
Off is when you come in the bar and a bartender there's several different gestures, so everybody has their own, but like open or close or open or close or open or close. And if you open your tab, ask if there's a pre-authorization or say pre-auth because we
Yeah.
understand that. Because at the end of the night, let's say you only spent $8 and you tip $3, right? So $11, your bank is still going to show $25, $35, $50, depending on what the pre-auth is
Yeah.
at a bar.
And they do it to safeguard the bartenders because
We
what
have to pay
happens
that
is
shit.
if you don't have enough money, say Jeffrey comes into the bar and Jeffrey orders $80 worth of drinks, but he only had $25, and Jeffrey knew she was a broke bitch because she didn't get paid yet, then the bartender may have to actually pay for that drink or those
Eat
drinks
it.
and eat it and pay. And that actually happened to me once at Rain. At Rain, when I was there, I had to pay a $100 tab because the gift card.
Don't open a tab with the gift card.
No, close it, close it, run.
Close it. And I understand.
'Cause they're broke.
Because
It is
this was
stolen.
$100.
It is stolen.
Because all bartenders, any good bartender knows that most of these
Gift
back in the
cards.
day, they used to open and they could have 30 cents on them
Yep.
and you would get us every time. But now bartenders, let me tell you, these things have logins And this one right here has $30.27 on it, and it started at $100, and it actually reads up to date now. So if you do, it will decline. Just to let everybody know, I found that out the other day.
That's good. You know, I
tried
that
it.
is something that happened also to me. So again, pre-authorization, it is a thing, but it will fall off. It'll go back into your account. But just know that if you don't want all those pre-authorizations, close your tab. You can close it immediately. So when you order 2 drinks, close it out, or don't have a million tabs. This happened to a lady that she got mad about. She said, I had a tab at the front bar, the side bar, and the back bar. I guess she was just
$75.
I did that when I moved here,
So,
and
yeah.
I was looking for a job at the bars. So
Yeah.
I like went to every bartender and opened up a tab with
Yeah.
each bartender and trying to be like very friendly and get to know like places and people here and get a job. And so I did all the bars on 4th Street.
So she had like $1,000 worth of
I literally
pre-authorization.
did. From one weekend of being here, I had like $700 like gone out
Yeah.
of my account for like
3
the
days.
first week I was here.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck happened?
You're like, I am broke, bitch, and I bought $20 of drinks
How
that night.
friendly was I?
I'm looking for a job.
Or
I was like super excited too because I came from New York and I was like, shit's on sale here. Everything's
Yeah.
on cheap.
It's very cheap to drink in Austin.
then-
or just be really
it was all
smart
gone.
and be loyal to your bartender, and
pick
then
one.
we'll open a cash tab with you after like you've
If we
invested
trust
into
you.
our student loans.
But let's be
Now,
real.
once you
We're
walk
down
that
for you.
tab, though, once you
let's-
walk that cash tab,
But let's be real. We will still probably get your credit card, a picture of it at one point or another in our lives, because we all.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that, yeah.
We all have a credit card in our phone that like I have multiple of my friends' information on.
don't have that. I've
but
never
it's
done
just
it.
because if I know they come in and they open a tab,
Yep.
they're gonna probably get fucked up and leave, and then I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna punch in their number and tip myself 25%.
Yeah,
My
no,
friends
I
that do that, I still make them. I make them give me a card. I'm like, just give me a fucking card.
no, I have.
Like, I know
I
you're
have
gonna walk
regulars
away,
that-
and that's not gonna happen.
I
so
always,
it's
I always
just
give
do
my
it.
card to people. I do. I just say, here's
If
my
I
card.
see 'em, like, every day, I don't
care.
care.
Run it,
Yeah.
because if I get fucked up, I'd tip yourself 30%. Do the best, because I feel bad because I sometimes forget too. Sometimes I'll
forget
I'll
it.
fly to Colorado in
I never
between
open
drinking
tabs.
and do my
No.
and smoke my pot, and then I'll fly back to Austin and finish
Only in
drinking.
Colorado.
I only
Judgy
smoke in
look.
Colorado in my
Only
private
in
jet,
Oregon
and then
and
I'll forget where I'm
California.
at, and then I don't know what I'm doing. And Legina, we'll fly together, right? You flew with me that one time.
No, bitch, don't bring me down with you. That's not how this podcast is working. Not today.
Anyway.
not today.
We were in
tomorrow.
Colorado. We were in Colorado. We were never here. It's
I
legal
was in
there.
Seattle.
It's legal there. So, anyways, so that's about pre-auth. So, anyways, all right. So moving right along. Bar EDU, Miss Edgar Giberlini. What do you have to say
Okay,
about
so
that?
this is like maybe a taboo thing, but it happened to me the other night. And don't come to your bartender and ask where you can find drugs.
Oh my god.
We've talked about this.
Oh yeah.
Where's
it's,
Lindsay?
It's so uncomfortable.
Who's Lindsay?
I just
Lohan.
yelled at this girl the other day and just screamed. She's like, do you know where to get cocaine? And I was like, I don't sell cocaine.
Josh,
Just
you're gonna
yelled
break
it.
the
Did you
mic.
yell it at her? You
I
did.
just yelled it really
Oh
loud at
my
her, and she's like,
God.
shh. I only sell alcohol, not cocaine. Don't do drugs.
And you know what?
She's like,
You shamed her. You cocaine
she'll
shamed
think
her.
twice before she asks another bartender
Yeah.
for drugs.
Yeah.
Did she run away? Did she like? I feel like it's that is that Homer Simpson meme where he just goes into the bushes. Did she just do that into the?
That's my favorite
The
one.
Simpsons theme, yeah.
I'm not here anymore.
Yeah. No,
I'll
well-
have some queso.
Well,
I bet it's her.
Queso.
I bet it's her.
recently, this gentleman comes up and he's like, I'm visiting. I'm from New York. Da da da. Tips me really big, and he gets really close to me. Leans over the bar, gets really close. And
No.
he's like,
You know what question's
No. He's
coming
like,
next.
I was told that I could ask and find some Whitney, and I'm like,
Whitney.
Whitney? I
You don't
haven't
talk
seen
about Whitney like that.
She
first
dead.
of all,
She's
I know,
dead.
I know where Whitney is. I haven't seen Whitney.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Whitney.
I never left.
I'm like, I can't help you with that, honey. I really can't.
Bless her
and,
heart.
I
let's give a
know.
tip. Bartenders are paranoid as shit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll think you are sting operation, ICE,
DEA.
TABC. We don't care.
The IS. What is
like,
it? ISD.
Yes, and we're not snitches, so like you do whatever
Oh, that's
you
Independent
need to
School
do.
District. Never mind.
Live your
Yeah,
life.
all of it.
Live your life, but I'm not gonna
Yeah,
help
live
you
your
life,
live your
eh.
life other than push alcohol at you.
If you
Yeah.
try
That's
to
about it.
just look for the sketchiest person in the bar or the one that's dancing by themselves in a corner. It could be them.
Go find the person on the dance floor that's twirling and nobody's around.
Yeah.
Talk to them. Hell. Like, not me. I'm working.
Don't
I don't
talk
come
to
to your
me.
job and ask
Or-
you
or
to
if
bake
you-
me a cake.
Or if you want to look at the one person just sitting at the bar that's sitting at the bar, not talking to the bartender, but there's lots of people walking to that person and walking away really quickly. That's probably someone selling
I don't
something.
even know about that because when
Don't
I'm
do
sitting at the
drugs.
bar, I don't talk to the bartender and people come and say hi to me, and I don't have time for all that stuff. It's usually just because I'm antisocial.
I am definitely not telling you how to find drugs. I'm just
No.
telling you what to look for.
Yeah, I only serve things that are on the menu, and that includes attitude.
That's
so
me
that's about
too.
it.
Well, I don't like the
So-
menus. You can have vodka, soda with lime.
I hide them too.
I didn't
menus
say I hide
menus
them.
are for assholes. I'm just. Do you have a drink menu? I go, yes, it's Bud Light. That's all we carry, bitch.
What kind of
it's
beers do you have?
It's $17.50.
What kind of beers do you have?
I wish
What
it was
kind-
like
what
Europe where
kind
you
I
just
put
get
them on a shelf in the back. I got tired of that question. Those. I have
wish.
those.
So,
Oh, you're the Josh.
Yeah.
Josh is very innovative. Like, he sees a problem and he fixes
Multitasker.
it. And I didn't know you were the one that put the beers back there. That was very smart.
now, mind
Tired of that
you,
question.
even then, that still doesn't
Yeah,
help.
I
You go
because
through the whole list
I-
and then they say, I'll have a Bud Light.
See? They should have just got it in
I
the first
work-
place.
So I work at the sidebar, and we have 5 drafts, draft beer, and they're like, "What do you have on draft?" I'm like,
You're like Vanna White.
there.
You're like,
But they're not
Turn
behind
it.
the bartender. That's the thing. They're like literally right in the front
Yeah.
front of the bar.
It's
like,
kind of
right
insane.
there.
It's kind of like when someone. It's kind of like when I used to work in a restaurant. I was a host, and people would because we had a patio. I worked at Hula Hut, and I was a host for like a minute, and people would walk in directly from outside, and say, "How's the weather outside? How is it out there on the patio?" And I was like, "Bitch, you just came from outside. It's hot.
So
it's hot
I'm-
as fuck outside. Why the
I-
fuck are you asking me if it's hot? Bitch? Yes. Were you sweating up walking down here? Yes. You're gonna sweat outside too, honey.
So
fuck off.
I'm able to make judgment calls based on observations.
Yeah,
And
look around.
When I walk in, I look around and scan and go, "What kind of bar is this?" So I had a customer the other day, and they're like, "So
That's
I
funny.
guess you're not really a wine bar." And I'm like,
No.
Yeah, bitch, we got boxes right there.
"What?
let me blow the dust off. Let me-
all the bottles of liquor
Yeah.
didn't like give you a hint?"
No, it's because you got to blow the dust off that Boda box. Here,
She's
let me
like,
get this
I'm,
for you.
I'm more a wine snob, and I'm like,
Oh, God.
Then you don't want wine.
well-
Go to True Life.
Oh, my
Exactly. I was
God.
like, you don't want wine.
No,
Go to
when I,
True
worked, when I worked here full time and I'd be at, Station 1 and people would come in and sometimes men would come and they come around the corner and they'd be like, "I'm straight." And I'm like, "Okay, what do you want to drink?"
Yeah.
Like, because like I was the only female in here. Sometimes I think they wanted to like say that to me and I'm like, "Are you straight? Like, you good?" Because, in the black community, you can be like, "You straight?" And it could be like 80 different things. And so you telling me you're straight does nothing for me when I'm a bartender and I'm clearly working at a gay bar. And if you are just establishing that you're a straight person, more power to you for being whatever you want to be and respecting that. But you telling me you're straight and then you walk out with the man that I know is not straight doesn't help me in my thought processes.
Gay for pay.
Gay for prey.
Gay for
But I've had
for
some of
pray.
my
Or for
best-
pray. Are we praying for him now?
Or
Yes,
play, whatever.
We're praying for gay. All right. So, yeah. So guys, don't ask for drugs.
Be gay.
We got to keep
Please
it
be
rolling.
gay, you too
We-
fine. I don't want to have babies.
No, but did you say no white babies?
I said, please be gay. You too fine. I do not want to have babies.
I'm just being, bringing it over to my side.
Inappropriate.
My my bar edu.
Bar EDU, inappropriate jokes at a bar
Yeah.
with bartenders about us, our races, our ethnicities, their gayness, my not gayness. It's not funny.
No, it's dumb.
No,
It's dumb.
because we can cut you off.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Bartenders have
uncomfortable
power.
serving you. TABC says I can.
So next question. We're gonna keep it rolling. What is your bar edu? Because you already been on once before. What did we talk about with you? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I've been drunk since
I'm
then.
sure they're all fairly
What's-
similar.
what's-
lately,
You've been
lately
sober
it's
since
like
then.
last week has been like I'm tired of people coming up to me when I'm working on the patio. All my shifts are on the patio, and it's been hot.
It's very hot in
It's
Texas.
been hot.
It's been on
it's
the-
Texas
it's been on
outside.
the-
It's
no.
summer.
But it's the news.
It's
said
July.
the
It
news
was
said
August. It's like whatever day it is.
1880.
Yeah.
The news said it's not been this hot since 1880.
Well, people keep telling me how hot it is.
Do you know how hot it is, Josh?
Oh my gosh, it's hot out here. Uh huh.
This is great.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do you think?
And then they also the other thing is like whenever it's like a Monday or Tuesday night, they're like, "So where is everybody?"
I know. I just put
Bitch,
that-
you're right here.
I hate that
We're all
question.
here.
I
It's
just
a
put that-
party.
I just-
It's fucking Monday night.
By the way,
Come on.
guys, we have an Instagram now. How Maybe Serves You has an Instagram, and I posted about that because this guy pissed me off on Saturday night when it was like 1:30, and we died out because everyone runs to Highland, they do, and he walks in, he goes, "Where is everybody? Wow!" And I go, he goes, "It's dead in here," and I go, "No shit, I don't know where the fuck they are. Try Highland." And I just turned around, and he was just like, "Well, gosh." And I go, "Well, you're a fucking idiot. I know it's dead in here. Just go away. Go away. Go away. You're annoying."
I wonder if like we're gonna like all get fired at one point for just being complete assholes. Like we don't hate everybody.
We're
just
just
hate-
honest. We're just really
Yeah,
honest.
we're just being honest because the whole point of this show, and I'm just pointing this out, is to talk about our rants and raves and frustration is service industry and customer service
And our
people.
Venmo.
In our Venmos, because we're trying to pay off student loans.
There's a lot of debt on this table.
So if you're upset right now, it's probably because you have done this stuff.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
I get the when does it get busy? And I've started using. It's actually at 10:59.
Oh,
and
I was gonna say
23
the random like 9:36. It gets super crazy.
Yeah,
13
I
minutes from
start
now.
adding it. Now, if you
13
miss
minutes. That's
if
when it
you
gets
miss
busy.
it, then you're done. Then you know. Or I'm really rude. They're like, "Where did everyone go?" I'm like, "Oh, they knew you were coming."
That's amazing. I love it.
Oh, I start breaking it down with the timeline. I'm like, okay, so about 9:32, there's a certain demographic and about 5 people that walk in here, and they usually spread out between Score Bar and the patio.
That's too much
And
for
then over
Hollywood.
there at about 11, I just make them feel, fulfill their question. Yeah, 11 o'clock, they usually go visit Josh and tell him it's hot, and then have a smoke break.
But what's really funny is the same people that ask that question that say, "Where is everyone?" and "I'm looking for a crowd." When later on there is a crowd, you
Sit in the
see
corner.
them. They sit in the corner and they don't talk to anybody. They're completely alone. I'm like, sir. There's
They
a
didn't want a crowd. They just want to be like in the group, but not in the group. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
Yeah, it does.
They want the atmosphere. Have you ever seen somebody like on their phone having an argument in a bar? Like I'm like,
Yes.
why? Like in this moment,
Why?
For like an
hey, I
hour
can't wait
and
to
a
meet
half.
you. Hi. In the bar having an argument. Like I'm like, you're in the bar, like so you're yelling even louder, you're mad, you're drinking, and the person on the other end is not in the same party with you.
I don't need that energy.
No.
Go outside. Go.
Devil be
Yeah,
gone.
no
Go
fighting in the
somewhere.
bar on your phone. I mean, just go home and do that shit. Nobody wants to see that shit. You're not going to get laid that night. Trust me.
Or just
no one,
break up with
no
the
one wants to
person.
look at. Break up with them and go get laid, but don't do that. No one's going to try to
And
fuck
be
with
a
you.
top in Austin if you're gonna break up with somebody and then try to get hooked up in the
Did you
bar.
say,
It's better that way.
did you say be a top in
Dink.
Austin? Because there's no tops in Austin. This is a
That's
whole.
why I said be a top.
There's a whole sea of
That's
bottoms
why I
out
said
here.
be a
Yeah.
top in
even
Austin
the,
if you're trying
even
to
the
hook up.
straight people
Yeah.
come here at bottom.
They're bottoms. They're like,
Yeah, innovate. Be a
Peg.
top. So.
Pray. We're praying for gay. We're praying for gay. Peg. Oh shit, I can't even hear anymore. Guys, I'm gonna skip myself because I have enough shit to say anyways. I want to go to our next one. It's
Move
gonna be
on, move
We're
on.
gonna move on, but we're gonna get Texas tea here. We're gonna go to Texas tea, which is our spicy shit, and this is coming from In the Weeds. In the Weeds, again, we talk about that a lot. It's a Facebook group. It's a closed group with a bunch of just waiters, bartenders, people in the service industry. We all talk about our shit. A lot of us are you in the weeds? Are everyone following In the Weeds? I
I'm
think so.
not. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like a group for potheads.
No, it's not. So it's you're gonna break those bottles. You better drop that. Don't drop that Nikolai shit. That's $1.50 for that bottle. Anyways, so this is from a guy named Aaron. Who says, is it rude or unprofessional to refuse, or a girl named Aaron, I'm sorry, could be a girl or guy. Is it rude or unprofessional to refuse service to a party that never tips?
I don't care. Like I will like get frustrated with it sometimes, but I don't really like try to pay attention to that. Like those people, they're not going to get my attention. They can add to my sales because sales
Yeah,
are good,
my
but
thing
like
is
I don't care. That's your
I'm
life.
competitive, so like I want the sales and everything, but there's usually somebody in the group that you see has enough sense where you can do a teachable moment
Yeah.
in some type of way. I don't know if it's rude, but I don't think it's smart for you as a service industry professional to like do that.
No.
See,
No.
I'm the thing. I say yes. I say you can refuse service after they've done it multiple times. Like
I'll
I
let
say,
them know
if
they
someone
don't
keeps
tip.
coming
Oh,
up to
multiple
you,
times?
I'll let
if
them know
someone-
they don't tip.
So here's the thing. So this happened to me on a couple of weeks ago on a Sunday during happy hour when it was balls to the wall. This girl came in with a group of people. She was ordering for everybody, and she was being very rude and disruptive while she was doing it. So mind you, I'm looking at other people as I'm taking orders. Hey, you, snapping at me and doing this shit. And I was like, ma'am, I'm not with
That's
you. I'm
reason
not
enough
with
not
you.
to serve
I'm not with
somebody.
you. So, long story short, 3 times over, she would order all these shots and drinks and do it not like, I need 4 fireballs in this. It was like, what do you want? What do you want? And it was that type of shit. So I lost my mind with her. I didn't cut her off or anything, but and she stiffed me every single time. So I was like, okay, I was just over her. Well, she came in again recently, this last Sunday, and about a week ago, and I remembered her because I'm taking an order from another person, and I saw all the same people that she was with, and I hear, hey, we need drinks, bartender. And I was like, oh, she's back. And I was like, oh my God. And I said, so who's ordering these drinks? Who's paying for these drinks? And she was like, me. I go, well, then I don't want to take care of you because you were in here being very disruptive last time. I said, did I give you bad service? I said, was this a bad situation? Was I rude to you? I said, no, you were being berative and rude. And I said, I don't want to deal with it. I said, and then her friends got really upset. And then she said she turned it on a race situation. She said I was being racist against Mexicans, which anyone that knows me knows my last name is De La Rosa. That I may be pasty. I think I'm a little darker than you are now from the lake, thank goodness. But I am Mexican. I am. That is my ethnicity, and I claim it. And guess what, guys? She was trying to turn it into a racist situation. So I had to talk to a manager. Luckily, if this ever happens to you, tell your manager about that person when they're doing it the night they're being rude and crazy, because I did. And so my manager knew who she was, saw her, and he was like, oh, she's back. And then he was like, I'm going to clock her. So then he went and talked to her, and he was like, of course, she denied even being in the bar. It was crazy. She said, I've never even been in here. I'm in service industry. I'll tip you even if it's just $1. And he goes, when someone says they tip just $1, that's someone who's not
red
in
flag.
service. Red flag.
Oh, she gave me like $15 when she.
Yeah.
She tipped me 15.
Yeah.
Good. I'm
they
glad.
do that, though.
I hope she tipped
people
someone
do
else.
that, though.
I hope she tipped $100 to somebody, because that is right there. Her karma's already bad, anyways.
Yeah.
So
I did
didn't.
serve her. I know who you're talking about. I actually
Yeah.
did serve her, but I
Good.
don't remember if she tipped or not.
I don't care.
I don't
All I
like
can
said,
say is
I
that
don't
that
look at
bitch can
shit.
fucking rot in hell. But
But that situation's different than
It totally-
because
yeah.
being berated and everything, it's not really cool. And like we remember people that like fucking
We will
torture
remember- we
us.
will remember you.
We're trapped behind a bar and you are being rude and,
and
torturing
don't
us.
forget this. We're sober. We're sober. Y'all are
We are
drinking.
sober.
I'll
We
remember,
remember-
when people are
we
nice and
remember.
patient too, and reward people for
Yeah.
that as
Yeah,
well.
people that are nice and that are chill.
I'll
Like
be like,
rem-
I have your drink. Thank you
Yes.
for
Oh,
being
I know.
patient and not rude like
Yeah.
this bitch.
On
Yeah.
the same token, a guy the other night tipped me $40 on like $40 tab, and he was super sweet from Vegas. And I bought him at the end of the night. I was like, "Hey, are you leaving? Do you want a shot before you go?" And he was like, "That's so nice of you. No one does that in Vegas." And I go, "Well, I'm doing it because you tipped me really well, and that was
Yeah.
very nice of you."
Yeah.
It's
So
weird. It's like how it works. It's like the most difficult people are usually the shittiest tippers,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
like the people are super easy and like you don't expect it, or you open a beer for them, they give you
Yeah.
like fucking like all this shit.
And,
like,
and
what
it's
the
funny
hell?
that you say that because I talk about Mackie has a certain word for it, but I call them anchor customers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that customer that hangs out. They're your best customer. They're always on your side. They'll protect you. They
Yeah.
speak up for you. And they hang out at your bar, and it doesn't matter how nuts or crazy it can be. You can look at them and you bounce out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Immediately, you're like,
What does
okay,
Mackie
you're
call
here.
them?
I can't
Anchor?
Anger customers.
Anchors.
I call them anchors.
Okay.
I call them
Anchors.
I
was
like that.
Am
We're
I
gonna
deaf
coin
this,
that.
this show? I
Yeah.
can't hear anything.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I
it's
call
like
them.
you're not hearing.
Yeah, I call them an anchor customer.
That we're
So
gonna
they-
coin that.
They
Anchor.
anchored you
Anchor,
down.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, they're the person who calls you.
Yeah.
Settles
So
you.
Yeah, it's
I
like-
had like a group of them, and it's 4 or 5 of them, and I still hang out with most of them today.
Mm-hmm.
And on a busy night, they would take up about this much of my bar,
Yep.
and they all stood in a little bubble. And sometimes I'd be like, guys, shift to the right just a little bit, because like to move
Right.
somebody over or something. And
Yeah.
every now and then, like I'd buy them a round of shots, or like somebody was rude and I had to say something to them, and I just look over. And they anchor
Yeah.
you, and I'm like,
They
okay,
do.
okay,
They bring you
okay.
down.
Or if you need to go
Okay.
bitch for a minute about
Yes.
somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
just talk shit because
Like,
they've
oh
been
my
watching
God,
the whole
yeah.
night. Or somebody says something ignorant and they're like,
It
Gina,
happens.
can we have shots? And I'm like,
Yep. Cancel it. Cancel
or
it.
they'll be the first people that will correct the customer and be
Yeah.
like, actually,
That's
let
actually
me
kind of what
educate
happened
you.
to the night that she was being crazy. I did have 2 of my friends that were regulars at the bar. They were sitting there and they were looking and they were like, hey, right back at her. But she didn't get it. Ooh, it was just funny though. But back to the question though for Aaron. So do you think it's rude to refuse service to someone? And the way I'm reading it, it says who never tips, which I guess means the same situation I was in, who constantly comes in and never tips you. Is it rude to refuse service? If you're in a bar, I would say no. Because I think bartenders have a little bit more leeway. We can say no to people versus when you're in a restaurant. That's what I said. I said, I had the same, I told them my situation in the weeds. And then I said, in a bar situation, we have a little bit more leeway because we deal with this type of shit and rude people and it happens. But in a restaurant.
Only if they're like rude, though. I mean,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
if they're
it
like the
depends
person
on the
you, but they're like
scenario.
not serving
Oh,
you
yeah, there's
up.
a guy-
Like,
there's a
if
guy that
if
comes
they're
in here
rude
all-
and not tipping, then it's
Yeah.
like you're not serving them because they're rude
Yeah.
more than not
I think-
tipping.
I think
but
it-
like.
as a question,
if
though,
somebody's just, I
this-
have like one specific customer who always comes to me and specifically never tips, and then
I know who it
tries
is.
to talk my ear off, but I don't.
Vodka Coke? Yeah. I know exactly who it is. See,
But-
that's
See,
how
like,
much
we
we
know
know
this
you.
kind of
We
stuff. That
know
is so
you.
serious.
He
But-
didn't even have to tell me, and I knew who it was. I said Vodka
it's
Coke.
like as long as like you don't like are rude to other people. You're not
Yeah.
driving business away from my bar, because that's another problem. You can like serve somebody and they're like being rude to other people around your
Yeah.
bar. You don't need
Being
their money at all either.
agitated.
Yeah, but
I
I'm
don't need
also
your
not
money.
gonna
I don't
spend a
need
whole
you
lot
to
of time
do
with you
anything.
either.
What's that?
What's that?
I'm also not going to spend a whole lot of time.
No,
with
I'm
you either.
not. You're not-
I'm
you're gonna get
after
served
I know
and that's
you're
it.
a regular that
90% of a
then
tip
I'm like,
comes for our
Okay,
service.
here's your drink, and I'm off to the next thing, or I have shit to clean.
So once again, like those
So-
teachable moments, because I
Yeah.
had a kid, he was 21, he was in college here at UT, and he used to come in, and he would not tip. And this is like 4 or 5 years, that motherfucker got a job, and every single time he'd get a water and tip me $20. He's like, you were always just
Aw.
so nice to me and never gave me shit. And I was like, well, because you were a nice person. Like,
But-
but I did read him one time. I was like, dude, he's like, I'm just in school. I'm like, why are you
Bitch,
drinking?
no, but I'm gonna tell you this. I never, you know what? I never believed that shit because I don't give a fuck. Because I was broke as fuck, eating ramen and fucking sharing rides downtown, and would still tip $25 to people because I would drink one Long Island and then be like, I'm fucked up. I can't do nothing else, and I'm poor.
Oh,
But
you
you
were
were
a
in
Long
service in
Island
I
the-
was.
girl.
Yeah, she
Oh,
went in
you
for
were Long Island?
I would drink a Long Island. Yes, I would, and sometimes I would have to.
explains a lot.
Sometimes I would have to share it because we were so broke that I'd be like, we would get one Long Island and share it, and then we'd get one shot of tequila, and then I'd be like, I'm fucked up, and then we would just be like,
What
who's
was the first drink you ever ordered?
vodka cranberry?
Josh?
Probably whiskey Coke.
Oh,
Ooh, what happened to your?
vodka cherry sour.
I was like, what happened?
Mine was an amaretto sour.
Oh, I mean,
I was
it's
I was
good.
underage.
It's a good
and
one.
I was
It's a
like
good- that's a
snuck
good
into
first
a bar,
drink.
and she was like, "Baby, what do you want?" And I was like, "Yes, this is my time." Amaretto sour, and she was like, "Okay," and I was like, "Shit, I failed.
I love it. You didn't even say like Di
okay.
Serono or anything.
So-
It was like amaretto.
No,
I was
it
in
just
Amarillo.
It was
Like that's all that was going
It was an
on.
armadillo sour.
And I
Oh
had
my
practiced the whole way. I had practiced the whole way to the bar. I was like, I know what I'm gonna do. I've been studying this shit. Let's go.
Wow.
And that's all.
That's
that was
too
it.
much.
You know,
Well-
it's funny because when I first started going out, I was like, okay, I don't want to be one
Hi,
of these
Mackie.
people that doesn't know what to order. And there was a friend of mine who was a bar manager, and I'm like, I don't want to have this problem. I go to the bar and I freeze. I don't know what to order. She goes, we're going to find what your drink is. And he was really dramatic. He's like, okay.
It's
And
like
the
your love
bartender there,
language.
he's like, and this is when like the forum was still around. So he's like, okay, here we go. Let's do orange juice and vodka. And I'm like, it's too sweet. I'm like, okay, well, not a screwdriver. Let's do a Greyhound. That's grapefruit vodka. I'm like, too sour. Okay, let's do a Bay Breeze. And I'm like, and that's pineapple, vodka, and flush cranberry. And I'm like, I like this. And he was so dramatic. He stood up. He's like, Edgar, your drink is a Bay Breeze.
Oh, I love it. You were christened. It was
and,
like, all
and
right.
that's all I ordered for years. I'm like, Bay Breeze,
Aw,
and it
that's
was funny
sweet.
because I'd bring friends with me to gay bars, straight girls, and they're like, I'll have that too. Oh my God, that's so sweet. I'm like, okay, now quit drinking like it's Kool-Aid because there's a lot of vodka in there. I'm
And that
just letting
sugar,
you know.
the sugar.
Yeah, the sugar gets you.
I just ran through shit. Like I was in undergrad and I was 14 hours away from my parents. I discovered Southern Comfort and I was like, oh my God, this stuff tastes like gold. And then it was Seagram's gin.
Ooh. Jen and I had a breakup.
Just
I had
trash.
a Tanqueray tonic night all night. I was drinking that all night long because the tonic, glows, and I thought it was cool because in this bar and it was glowing, and I thought it was cool. The next day, I fucking thought I was gonna literally an ice pick was
it's-
in my brain.
Yeah, too much gin is the worst.
Never
thing. Gin and
again,
tonic.
never
Boone's
again.
Farm. I did Boone's Farm.
Oh, honey, Strawberry
we've
Hill,
all done
bitch.
Boone's Farm.
Strawberry Hill, woo woo.
We've all done
That's some
Boone's
country
Farm.
shit right there, honey.
I was in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Girl,
yeah,
there you
I was
go.
all up in
Tennessee.
it. Hey.
All right, so we said our first drink. So we're gonna we have about 9 minutes. So actually about 6 minutes. We're gonna wrap it up because I want to talk about one funny story because in Texas tea. Because we gotta hear this story again because Edgar's been on the show like 6 times, but you've never seen him because guess what? Sound issues. Anyways, calling somebody out. Anyways, Edgar, tell me what it's like to be a prostitute for a day.
Story time.
This is a
God.
true story, y'all. Y'all better walk up to the front of this stage and listen, bitch. Edgar,
Okay.
the floor is yours.
Okay, so I think I was like 21, 22.
Speak into your microphone.
Yeah. I was 21, 22, and I had gone, Charlie's was a bar that used to be around.
We talked about Charlie's.
And I drank, stop. She's judging me while I'm trying to tell a story.
Everybody's judging you. It's all right.
I was really drunk, and I lived in an apartment off of South Congress. So I didn't have enough money to get a cab, so I walked my happy ass home.
Which
from
is
downtown.
far from Charlie.
It's far.
Very far.
So, and I had done that walk before, so I was like, whatever. So I'm walking down South Congress, and this is what, like 90s, late 90s or so, and this car pulls up next to me, and the window rolls down. It's like, hey, you want a ride? And I'm like, and I'm in that mode of half drunk, half sober, and I'm like, sure. And I get to his place, and we mess around, and we have sex. And I kind of miss a couple parts, and then next thing you know, I'm
Missed
back
a
in the
couple
car.
parts.
Wait,
Like
what?
in
You
sec.
missed
Go back.
parts?
Oh yeah, there was some blackout
Rolling
moments.
brown.
Oh yeah, that's
And-
hard.
Oh, so you missed you
That's
had
hard when you have to piece together a
like
night.
you.
Like-
Yeah, but you
like
know
you're
that
leaving
my
out parts,
autopilot's
so you
on
don't
point, so everything was happening. So
So you know the pee-pee went into the-
he,
to
so
the
he got
hole.
serviced. Anyway, so we're back in the car. He drops me off by my apartment, and I stumble my way up to my apartment. And when I get home, take my clothes off, pull the shit out of my pockets, and I'm like, I've got a couple $100 bills in my pocket that I didn't start off with, and I'm like, did I just get paid for sex? I was just a whore, and I had no idea I was a prostitute. Holy fucking shit!
It wasn't like Pretty Woman though. He didn't like
It
come in a white.
I was an unintentional whore.
He didn't leave like in a
I was
white
an
white
unintentional
limousine and
prostitute.
like say bye and like.
Yeah, unintentionally,
No.
I was a prostitute. No, yeah,
It was
just kinda
Richard
happened.
Gere again. Oh my God, we went back to
Yeah.
Richard Gere.
I was like, fuck that shit.
Oh, Edgar.
So I was a
Gerbolini.
couple $100 richer, and I had sex, and it was great.
That's
So,
amazing.
Good for you.
Did you ever see that guy again walking down
Never.
the street? Did you
Never.
ever know?
Could you
Never.
like point
Did
him
you
out
remember-
ever
no,
again?
no.
Do you know what kind of car he was in?
If you're watching this and you
I-
had sex with Edgar G at one point and
It could be a
left money in his
misconnection.
pants,
200 at least.
could be
It
love.
means 200.
Venmo me right
Venmo,
here.
right
here.
there.
I have student loans. to
It was
pay.
more than a misconnection. It was a misfire.
He will suck your dick apparently, or maybe something else.
I did a lot of things actually
For
So,
free.
Wow.
because it was a while.
have to
For
tip
free.
him.
It wasn't for
free.
free. He
He's
got
not gonna
paid for
negotiate
it.
the
You got a
price.
tip.
I thought it was for free.
It was a
I just
tip,
wanted a
okay.
ride home.
All right. So my tip to you guys is be
He'll
careful
fuck
walking
you
on
for a
this.
ride home.
Be
I
careful.
phoned home and I got Western Union.
We're
So
trying to wrap up.
Anyways, all right. Oh my God. So prostitute for a day. Love it. It's great. Josh, thank you for being on the show. I love
betcha.
you to death. Thank you for
Always
being
a pleasure.
Edgar, thanks for being a prostitute. We love you. Thanks
for being a
sharing
prostitute.
sharing your story, sharing with us your story, and
The
telling
store
us
is
how
closed.
how it is.
Texas, did you hear that shade Josh threw? He's like, always a pleasure. But you only been on the show 4 times and 2 of them weren't.
He's only been on twice.
This is my
that
second time,
that we
that's all.
aired. But we
But
love
Edgar's
but,
been here,
But
man.
we
This is
love,
my
but
third
we love,
time.
we love Joshy. I love Joshy. Me and Josh
Third
worked a lot
time.
together. I love Josh. He's a sweetheart. So, Gina, you had a good weekend this weekend though.
I had a weekend. From Splash
it
from
good?
last week. I was
Pride.
on the party barge,
Pride.
went back to Houston.
Splash is next week.
Ooh,
Ooh, Splash,
Pride.
yeah.
Pride.
See, I was just say the
party barge.
That was my segue. I was gonna be like, girl, because we had a good weekend the last weekend. This coming weekend is
Flew
Splash.
into Orlando,
Yeah.
drove all the way back to New Orleans, got back to Houston, and now I'm back here. So, yeah,
So my thing is, are you gonna be back for the weekend working Splash?
we'll find out. I may
Okay.
do a little Splash
is an
Chronicles
event we
again.
do here.
I'll be in Houston on Friday.
It's what we do.
For Sable's pageant.
Oh.
Oh, do you want to? Oh, yeah. I talked to Sable about that. She might stay.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, we'll talk about that after the show. But anyways, guys, if you are in Austin area, Splash, again, will probably already be happening or already happened because when this airs. But it's a big party we do at the end of, it's basically the end of summer party.
September
and,
Labor Day weekend party.
Yep, Labor Day weekend party. I always get Labor Day and Memorial Day weekend mixed up. I always do that. I never know which one it is.
Memorial May.
I don't, oh. You just blew my mind. Blew my mind. Memorial Day, May.
That's not all I can do. I'll charge you later.
He can, apparently for $200, he'll blow everything. So anyways, all right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And guys, thank you. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also have a new Instagram channel. It's How May We Service You. Please like and follow us and see all of our crazy stories. If you like a lot of bartender memes, that's what we do a lot of. And thank you, Miss Gina, for being so amazing. And
Thank you,
hopefully we'll
Texas.
see you back here for Splash. And guys, we'll see you next Monday here at Old Can Harry's at 211 West 4th Street. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Stick around.
Thanks.
We got the Austin, Guild of Geeks here. The Austin Guild of Geeks. They're going to be here doing trivia in just a minute. It is Friends Trivia. Friends Trivia, and then of course we have our tournament later. So we'll see you guys soon. Take care, guys. We'll see y'all
How may
soon.
we service you?
Yeah, how may he service you? I don't know. How do you want to be serviced? Talk to Edgar.